Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Perils of the Warp. This is Grimworks Productions' Warhammer podcast, 40k, a little bit of AOS, and really no 30k, I'm sorry. For all you 30k heads, I'm not into it because it's fucking expensive. My name is Roman and to my left I have...
Can I be Major Erection?
I would.
I would.
Because I'm Battle Brother Puffin stuff.
Commissar Massive Erection.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Major Erection reporting for duty.
And to my right.
Oh, I already said my name.
Oh, okay. Fuck, I completely...
Battle Brother Puffin stuff.
Alright. What chapter are you though?
Puffle Puff. Piss off a lot of people.
Harry Potter, fucking Warhammer. At least they're both British.
That's true. Hey.
Why do all these fucking power armors have badges on them?
You know what would be really cool? If JK was like, I'm such a huge fan of the Warhammer lore. I want you to write one of the Heresy novels. And they're like, we'll do you one better. You're going to do the Battle of Terra. You're gonna have the final showdown with Horus and the Emperor. That's what you're going to have. And let you do your angsty bullshit there.
I don't know too much about Harry Potter. The only thing I was thinking about was like the different houses. I was like, I guess Ravenclaw would be which Legion faction?
I have no idea. John's probably best suited because he's actually read the book.
I'm pretty sure no one wants to hear this. So
You know what? Fuck it. I don't care if anyone wants it. I'm interested now. What? Okay, what would be Slytherin?
Slytherin.
Dark Angels.
I mean, they're not secretive. Like, from what I know of Slytherin, they're not secretive.
They're not secretive.
They're cunning.
Yeah, they're more like by any means necessary type.
They're fucking Alpha Legion.
Pretty much.
They're completely Alpha Legion. Okay, what's the next one? Gryffindor?
Gryffindor is probably
Ultramarines.
Ultramarines. I didn't want to say it.
They're
I was
just
trying to think.
They're just like the goody goods, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Gryffindor is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bravery.
Okay, Ravenclaw. I don't know much about Ravenclaw,
Ravenclaw
but apparently I'm Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw is all about wit, being smart.
Tactics. Now that could go a bunch of different ways. That can go Dark Angels. That can go Iron Hens are the evil ones?
No,
Iron Warriors.
Warriors.
Iron Warriors.
Iron Warriors or Iron Hens because aren't the Imperial Fists as well.
Imperial. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I kind of feel like maybe Ravenclaw would gear more towards Emperor's Children.
Perfection.
I
Okay. All
could
right.
see that.
I got that. All right. Fair enough.
Maybe. I could kind of.
I don't think I'm Ravenclaw. I think that that Pottermore thing is bullshit because it put me as Ravenclaw. I'm like, I'm not Ravenclaw. But
I always figured Ravenclaw to be like snooty and better than everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in there too.
And what about Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff, they're more like we try.
They're Imperial Guard. They're IG. All right, so there you go. That wraps up Harry Potter cast.
Potter
been
lore.
your host. All right, guys. There's been some big fucking news, like a lot of fucking news that's happened since we last spoke. So you know what? Why don't you take the cake?
We're just gonna jump right into
Let's
it.
just jump right into it.
It's like a pull or a vagina.
Good. I don't think you jump into them. But anyways, I would say the biggest one that just came out today was the Adeptus Custodes HQ is finally going to be coming out.
Holy motherfucker.
Which I was talking to Roman when I was looking at it. It's actually going to be plastic, unlike Slime Marble that also came out, which is going to be resin.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were mad about that.
I don't think I've worked with resin enough to really
Hate it
yet. Maybe if I work with it enough, if I get into Horus Heresy and it's all resin, maybe I'll hate it then. But I'm okay with it.
I remember picking up when I was picking up Lysander for my Imperial Fist. Mm-hmm. The guy at the store was like, "Have you ever worked with resin before?" And I was like, "No, not really." And then he proceeded to give me like a whole laundry list of do's and don'ts and what I should do. I'm like, "What the fuck? I just want to take it home. Quit talking to me."
It's just one model.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "You don't want to fuck this up because then you'll be back here and I got to look at your goofy ass some more." But
Alright, so
yeah,
Sly Marble's back. That's pretty cool.
he's resin. I think some people were not complaining, but when I saw one in the comments where it's like, everything looks cool. I'm not so much against the whole fact that he's resin. Badass thing, but the one thing that really irks me is that Sly Marble has a wristwatch. Go ahead, look at it. You'll see it. I had to look again, and sure enough, he's fucking wearing a wristwatch and everything.
He's fucking Rambo. Come on, people. Rambo had a watch.
Did he?
Yes.
Well, fuck it, I
It
guess.
does everything but tell time.
The time is death. But the HQ for the custodians is gonna be plastic, confirmed plastic.
Nice.
And I was talking to Roman earlier too. Was looking at the axe that he has, that little power axe or whatever. It's a little eagle thing, and that was on a rumor engine about 2 months ago. They showed the head of the eagle, and a lot of people were like super fucking pumped. They were pretty much like, "This is confirmed. We're gonna get Rogel Dorn as a Prybar. He's back."
Oh man, poor Imperial Fist players, because they still don't have the model for 30K, right?
Nope.
No,
All they
no,
have
they
is that.
don't. Yeah, he's not even a 30K.
It was the first set of rules that came out, but they still haven't released the model.
It's they have like first Captain Alex something. It's like it's not Rogodorn, and it's not even like a badass like sculpt. It's just like a regular dude, just like this.
Yeah,
Alright,
I think he has
fair
like maybe a shield or like a
Yeah.
sword or whatever. It's
not
that
great.
fun. Yeah, it's not
I
great.
mean, those sneak peeks, those little things, they always end up.
Being something weird.
Yeah, because like they did the guy that you could tell was a psyker. He had the psychic hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, "Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?" And it ended up being Voldas. You know, fuck Voldas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's the thing is like the rumor mill is doing it perfectly.
It's hype. It's the hype train at its finest. You just let
Exactly.
people think about it, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, we're gonna get the Emperor's bare bones on him
on the throne.
on the thing." Pretty much. He's gonna be fucking I don't know which legion, but you could just paint him up any color you want. It's gonna be real gold dust all over it. So those two. Another thing that recently, I guess they put out to prepare everybody for more Death Guard crap. So
Yeah.
John's super excited over the Terminators, Death Guard Terminators, and what I call the Buzz Drone Roomba. I have no idea what it is.
And nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, and then
I know that it's cheap.
it is. It probably and they have the easy to build shit too.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do easy to build for Death Guard? Because I know they have one for the Primaris stuff.
Well, they have it for like everything. Like now the Redemptor Dreadnought.
He's gonna be
He's
easy to
going to be
build.
push fit.
The aggressors,
The aggressors.
which they look kind of better than the originals.
But my thing is, I think they only have the flamer, which I'm like, that's cool, but I kind of want the heavy bolt too because I want a lot of shots. I'm not very.
Aggressors is
They're like the.
The ones with the big chubby hands, chubby boy hands.
They're the like the Primaris Centaurs. Centaurs.
Oh, okay.
Centurions.
Yeah.
So they're like the Primaris Centurions, but apparently the push fit only come with flamers instead of the heavy bolts.
They're dual wielded flamers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I probably want to get them anyway.
I'm probably gonna get it. I'll probably get some too.
Yeah,
If
well,
they're cheap enough, yeah.
I know I went up against this guy had I think 6 or 8 of them in a unit, and then he had an apothecary to keep bringing them back.
Oh, okay.
And I charged them with my bloodletters,
Uh-huh.
like a unit of 20 bloodletters, and he pretty much took them out on Overwatch
Fuck.
because they're each rolling 2 die. And then
2d6?
2d6, 2d6,
Oh, shit.
and then you add all that together, and that's how many shots we're getting output.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
So potential of. Hold on, let me use my hands.
But aren't they, like, they're expensive, right?
Yeah,
In
that
terms
was
of points cost?
Well, I mean, it wasn't a big game. I want to say it was a 1,500 point game.
Mm-hmm.
He had all of that with the apothecary. He had a lieutenant and the named HQ for the salamanders. I forget his name.
The named HQ for Salamanders, Vulcan.
Vulcan, yeah. He had Vulcan and lieutenants. And he had Tech Marine and 2 Vindicators. So, I mean, it was a...
That's sizable.
Yeah.
Actually, aggressors are they're not very expensive. They're $129 for 3, so that's actually really not bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Centurions are what 200 points for 3.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. But yeah, I mean the push fit stuff is gonna start coming out soon. It's all for the holiday season. It looks actually really cool.
Yeah. They're cheap enough. I'll probably get some.
Yeah, if they're push fit, that means that they should be cheaper. Hopefully they are, and hopefully I can get a Redemptor Dreadnought for fairly cheap. Because the only thing is, it only has one weapon. Does it only have one weapon in the kit?
The
No, right?
Dreadnought?
It's dual
Yeah.
weaponed.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a Gatling gun option
and the hand.
Plasma
Okay.
cannon.
I think the push fit only comes with the assault cannon.
Yeah.
Which is the better option, but it's also a lot pricier.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
But it looks kind of dorky. Just like real monotone stand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about possibly Endo, but that's an expensive model. It's like 70 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big purchase for a fairly little model.
I think it's
fucking
actually
huge.
only about 50.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
Really?
say it's somewhere around 50. Yeah, because I remember that I almost got one before I decided that I didn't want any Primaris in my Iron Hands army.
Oh, okay.
No Primaris in my Iron Hands. He got Primaris in my Iron Hands. He got my Iron Hands in my Primaris.
But yeah, what else come out, John? Did anything else come out?
That recently came out was also the Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and Primaris.
Oh, that's right. They showed off the Blood Angels and the Dark Angels, 2 factions that I play.
Getting everyone hype.
Yeah,
Hype.
the Primaris Lieutenants is what they are. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I like that they give you 2 options with the Dark Angels though, because they give him the hood, of course, and his face, which
Is smiling?
it's
Yeah.
weird. It's not the best option, but they also do have the helmet. So I was like, I'm definitely using the helmet when I get that.
I think everyone's going with a helmet look.
It just
Is it still hooded?
no, the helmet is not hooded.
Okay, then I would use the hood and just scrape off the face and put on a different face.
We'll see. I'll see how I can kit bash it.
So that's one of the cool things about Dark Angels is all the fucking hoods. You know, I like that. Especially playing Alpha Legion. You know, one of the things I had always wanted to do was green stuff hoods onto all my Alpha Legion stuff, but I'm too lazy to do that. So.
Well, what I could do is I could use the regular Space Marine head, and then with some green stuff, I can make like a hood that's pulled down, and like just like he just pulled it down, he's ready to fucking fight instead of it being in his eyes and not being very combat effective.
Dark Angels don't care about combat effective. They care about looking cool.
What else did
You
they?
see those giant fucking wings they got? It's not combat effective.
They don't have wings.
They have fucking wings on their bikes.
Are you
they have
talking
wings on
about
their helmets.
the Raven Wing or?
Hey, whoa! All right, those are bikes. All right,
And what about the fucking dude with the wing on his helmet?
those look cool.
You're gonna tell me a fucking orc can't grab that bitch by the wing and fucking Muay Thai crunch him?
You're talking about. First of all, it's a helmet, so it detaches. So if he tries to pull it off, he can just like fucking throw it off his face before his
And
head
now
gets
he has an
decapitated.
exposed face.
Yeah, like okay, every fucking commander doesn't wear a helmet apparently, so it doesn't really matter.
I got a two up armor save. You'll never find my armor's weakness. Can I just shoot you in the face?
Azrael.
Nope.
Azrael is a perfect example. Azrael is the Grand Master of all Dark Angels.
Has a helmet, doesn't wear it.
He has a helmet. He has a little green man next to him. Hold the goddamn helmet. And he just has like this big ass fucking mastercrafted auto rifle. And he has a sword. And he's like, fuck it, let's do it, baby.
Sir, your helmet.
Fuck it. I got no time for backup. He looks at his watch.
Helmet, don't fuck up this hair right here. It looks good. I got somewhere to go after this.
Come on, you know how much fucking pomade I using this bitch? But another thing that actually came out and was making a big splash was Necromunda.
You. I'm excited about this.
Are you? Do you really like Necromunda, or did you check out how it's played, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I watched some videos, and I did some readings, And so basically, the first Necromunda was not very welcoming to newer players.
Okay.
You made your gangs, right? And back then it was all metal and resin. And there was no terrain for Necromunda. You couldn't just use like regular Warhammer terrain. Because it was such a small, close quarters type thing that you actually had to. It was more like a zone mortalis.
Okay.
But instead of a 6x4, it was like like a small little 4x4 or whatever. So like there was no readily available kits for that kind of terrain. So a lot of people made their own, and they were making badass motherfucking terrain. Like people were putting their heart and soul into their Necromunda terrain. Whereas somebody new to the game was like, I'm not doing that. I can't. I barely started to play in this game. It's fucking expensive. Now you want me to fucking build shit?
Yeah. I could see that being a big thing. And if you don't know like the lore behind Necromunda, you go to a YouTube channel called Vaults of Terra, and he actually does like a whole Necromunda like lore thing, and it's pretty cool. It's all based on Necromunda, which is a hive city, so it's built on top of each other. It's like stacked on top of each other, and there's different. It's like a classes system going up the tower.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of gangs, right?
Yeah, and a bunch of gangs are fighting for it at the bottom.
The main thing is that the whole world has just been industrialized, and they're just like feeding resources to the Imperium. Everything, gas, oil, cotton, steel, whatever that they need to weaponize and clothe both the Astartes and the Astra Militarum. They're just like raping this planet for natural resources, and in return they get food and water.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Sweet
and
deal.
Overpopulation.
Sweet.
And they get to kill each other, so it works out.
But yeah, there's like 12 different houses or gangs or whatever it's called.
There is I think more than 12 with the expanded ones. There is there's 6 like big houses, the ones that you're gonna be getting kits for coming up in plastic. I think they said they're gonna release a gang every quarter.
Wow.
I'm not sure what every quarter means. I'm assuming every 3 months, as in that's a quarter of a year.
A little bit sooner because they're probably talking about fiscal quarters, and those are shorter than normal. So,
they said they're going to release 1 gang every quarter.
Okay.
You have House Cawdor, who are the holier than thou extremists.
Okay.
House Delac, which are sneaky Momin types, and they have watered down gene stealer blood in them.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
House Escher, they are basically Amazonians. They hate men, and they're all raging dykes.
Sweet.
Their polar opposite is House Goliath. They're all roid rage fucking quarterbacks and linemen.
Once again, I can't fit into any of these groups.
You have House Orlok, which are bikers in look. Like, they wear bike leathers and stuff, but they don't have bikes.
Mad Max. Got it.
Yeah. They're the jack of all trades.
Okay. The Space Marines of the Necromunda world.
House Van Sar, which apparently they have, like, Eldar kind of, like, mech suits type thing. And then there's the expansion gangs, which are the Scavies.
Okay.
They are shittily armed and diseased, and they use zombies and lizard hybrids to help with the fighting.
Huh, okay.
I'm kind of down with that.
Yeah, so a lot of the expansion gangs I'm really liking because I can use models I already have. Like,
oh man, they're gonna bring lizard people to 40K now? Ooh.
So like, you can use the zombies from the Dark Imperium box for scabies, right? Then there's the pit slaves. They're escaped cyborgs armed with industrial digging equipment.
Sweet.
Ratskin renegades are the Native American archetype. They are sneaky and use shitty guns, but are good in melee.
Native Americans?
Yeah.
They're like a Native American influence.
Oh. Okay.
Indigenous people.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Stop me when I'm being racist.
We can't because you started racist.
There's the Redemptionists, which is they call it Cawdor on crack. A horde-style gang believes heavily that you can kill it with fire.
Nice.
Salamanders.
Yeah.
Then there's the Spires. They're the best armed gang, but they're also gonna be the smallest unit gang. Like you're taking like sometimes only as many as 3 gang members, but they're all gonna be fucking armed up the ass.
But you gotta name them individually. That's Barry.
Then of course we have fucking Space Wolves. We have the Fenrisian Wilders, a gang of savage shapeshifters that haunt the waste outside the hive.
Wolvens?
You have the Enforcers who like to pretend that they're cops.
Okay.
You have the Ash Waste Nomads. These guys live outside the hive and actually have vehicles. And in parentheses, in this thing that I was reading, it said, good luck finding somebody who's going to let you play with vehicles. And then there's the Vampires, spelled with a Y. And it says, an attempt to cash in on the popularity of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the 90s.
Okay, fair enough.
The Chaos Cultist Coven, which is another one that I can use with the models I already have.
From the Dark Vengeance one?
Yeah.
Dark Vengeance.
It says cultists are laughable in 40k, but in the Underhive you get to see what chaos is really like. So apparently they're kind of good.
Okay. Well, they could be, because this is all on old Necromunda stuff. This isn't the current Necromunda.
Yeah.
Good. Continue, please.
There's the Gene Stealer Cults.
Okay.
The Orc Gang. The Weird Gathering, which is a bunch of Slykers and their pets as a gang. Squat Miners. Even though squats were on their way out, Specialist Games still remember them.
Cool.
The Gilder Gang, which is basically a gang of merchants, which has a lot of money, so you can buy more equipment and stuff.
Okay.
The Hive Prospectors, which is basically a merging of the main house gangs and guilders. And then the Shantytown Gang, which is the dregs of society.
All right, I like shanties. All right, but the new Necromunda, it's what, $120?
$120.
It comes with 2
It
factions?
comes with the chicks and the dudes?
It's $120, but the thing is, there's also a $30 book that you also kind of need to get.
Ooh.
So it's 150 total.
Total, yeah.
Okay. That's still not bad for a box
the
game.
120 is ready to go for newbies. You have your little piece of mat that they give you. It's 4 little pieces that you put together. And then your little pieces of terrain that they give you, which is like walls and doors and stuff.
Yeah.
And the rules to play this game between 2 new people. The weird thing is that even though this box is geared towards new people, it's not push together toys.
Really?
Yeah, you actually have to sit there with your clippers and your file and your glue and put them together the good old-fashioned way.
I figured this was more for people who kind of got into 40K and now want to go a little further.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would do anything to gear anybody to be like, you should start off with this.
Yeah, I think Necromunda is such an odd kind of 40K specialty game that it's not geared at all for new players. I think it's pretty much a good move that they were just like, look, we're gonna give you badass new models. It is a game that you can play out the box, but I'm assuming that other book that you need has other rules for the different gangs if you already have those models.
It has different rules for other gangs. It has rules for terrain types, and some scenarios.
Let's wait for that. It's fun. Play it.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
Also, it's not a turn-by-turn game like 40K or Aegis or anything else. It's not
really?
I'm gonna move all my guys and shoot all my guys and attack with all my guys, and then it's your turn. It's kind of like I move a guy, you move a guy, and like hero clicks. You can only get 2 movements per character before you get a clear.
Ooh.
Yeah. It does have like action. It has like an action or token phase, whatever you like to say. From what I gather, because I saw older games of Necromunda before this box game was ever a thing. I had seen a few Necromunda games, and I had seen its Warhammer Fantasy version, which is called Mortheim. So it's more like, you have action tokens, a movement, and then you can shoot or whatever, what have you with those 2.
And then you do start off the game with money, which is your point system basically, which you use to buy your gang members and their
stuff,
their weapons, their armor, and then you're also gonna have fighter cards and tactic cards. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh yeah, those I've seen. The fighter cards actually just have all their stats and everything on them. What are the other ones?
Tactic cards.
Tactic cards. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just like a special objective that you could possibly get or something like that. But
That sounds like pumpericious.
yeah.
But you know what makes you pumped? Roman, what do you got?
I'll tell you what fucking makes me pump. Chapter Approved is coming out next week. So the one thing that and of course it has different ways to play all that bullshit. What I'm really looking at is I want a Land Raider. And I want to see if I can fucking kit out my Land Raider the best to my abilities and see how that actually works.
Okay, well, I can actually... first and foremost, there's nothing for Dark Angels or Blood Angels in his book.
Oh, that's coming up next, baby. Don't you worry about that.
For the Land Raider? I thought, Land Raider, they get one. Don't they?
No, I meant like there's a lot of rules in here for armies that don't have codexes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they purposely left out Dark Angels and Blood Angels because they are getting their codex next month. So it's like, why put it in Chapter Approved? Because I think there was a big problem with people playing armies that didn't have codexes, and they're like, well, I only have 3 stratagems. I don't have any warlord traits. I don't have any relics. So in this book, there's actually 1 relic, 1 warlord trait, and a couple of command point stratagems for every army so that they can use before their codex comes out.
I think the Imperial Knight got some shit with them too.
Everybody got
so
that's nice. I mean, the Imperial Knights really do get shafted.
Yeah,
they just got mixed in with IG, and it's just like they didn't have anything special. They are supposed to be special, of course, but they didn't do that.
Fuck you.
So I'm looking forward to Chapter Approved.
So this is an example on how to build a custom vehicle. Building the Land Raider, use the following steps. Primary sponson weapons determine transport capacity. So 2 twin last cannons, 10 transport capacity. 2 hurricane bolters, 16. 2 flamestorm cannons, 10. Which is kind of bullshit because currently the flamestorm cannon gives you a huge fucking troop capacity.
Yes, but you have to think about it in terms of like their I guess their reasoning behind it is lore. I mean, flame cannons need, big gasoline tanks inside.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the flamestorm cannon because it has such a shitty range. 8 inches. I mean, it's perfectly great for a penis, but it's just bad for a flamethrower.
Fair enough.
When you say transport, do you mean like
that's how many guys can go in there?
Any guys or certain guys?
Not Primaris.
That's why I question.
Yeah, no. Primaris only have the one. They have the what is it? The
air thing? No,
Yeah.
they can't transport any of them.
Yeah,
that one has transport.
the hover tank with all the guns on it.
I thought that doesn't have any transport.
No, yeah, it has a transport. That's their only transport.
It's the only way that Primaris can travel. Besides, no, they can't even take the fucking the airships, right? No, I think that's their only travel.
That's their only.
You can go ahead and explain the rest of these rules. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, so secondary sponson weapons. If you have 2 last cannons, you -5 from the transport. 2 heavy bolters -5. 2 flamers -5. Then you can add a hull mounted weapon. Another 2 last cannons -5. Heavy bolters -0. Twin assault cannon -0. Twin hellfrost cannon, which sounds awesome. -0, and a Reaper autocannon, -0. So I'm definitely going to be having some fun with Chaos Land Raiders. Then you can have the War Gear, and War Gear does not affect transport capacity. So for the Imperium, you can get the Hunter Killer Missile, the Storm Bolter, or the Multi-Mota.
Okay.
For Chaos, you can get the Combi Bolter, Combi Flamer, Combi Mota, Combi Plasma.
Nice. That's good for.
And then
Good for Chaos.
you have their abilities, which is all Land Raiders have explodes and smoke launcher abilities. Imperium have power of the machine spirit. Chaos has demonic machine spirit ability. Land Raiders with 3 last cannons and or 2 last cannons have power overload ability. Land Raiders with neither last cannons nor twin last cannons have frag assault launchers.
Okay, and this is just if you want to make your own custom, but the rules for the others still stand. The Redemptor, Crusader, and all that still stand, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if you want to custom out, you want some twin last cannons, but on the secondary sponsons, you want multi-melta, something like that. It'd be fucking badass. But yeah, I do have an update for you on the repulsor, is what it's called. This is the capacity. This model can transport 10 Chapter Primaris infantry models. Each MK10 Gravis model takes up the space of 2 other models. It cannot transport jump pack models. So basically it says 10 Primaris, but if they're the Gravis models, it takes up 2. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, the captain?
The captain.
The captain with the Gravis.
He's the only one with with that army.
Yeah.
No, don't the new squad that we were just talking about.
The aggressors?
The aggressors?
Yeah.
Do they have
I think
that
so.
role?
I know they have a better armor, like a bigger armor.
Okay, so it's possible that no, but they're jump pack though. They can't. Aren't aggressors jump packs?
No, I don't think so.
No, they're the Centurions. They stay. I'm thinking of the
Weavers?
intergressors.
Oh, yeah.
Intercessors, intergressors.
The ones with the little baby carriage ones?
Yeah. So either way, I'm definitely gonna be buying this book.
Yes. Me
it,
too.
It has a lot of fucking shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has which I find completely useless. It has a blank army roster pad containing 50 sheets, so you can write down your armies.
Nice.
Sold.
That's the only reason I'm going to use it. What are you talking about?
It has 24 mission cards featuring missions from chapter approved, split as follows: 6 planet strikes, 6 strongholds, 6 eternal war, 6 maelstrom. 47 stratagems from chapter approved, split as follows: 12 planet strike, 12 stronghold, 7 battle zones. Then it has 16 detachment stratagems, a token sheet featuring numbered objective markers, and 2 9-inch deep strike rulers.
Fair enough.
So it has a 128-page softback, which contains narrative-driven battles and scenarios depicting brutal sieges and new ways to play the games and designing your own vehicles. And all that's for $35.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I will definitely be picking up.
Wait, and GW is giving you door hatch too that you can add on your little land raiders for the certain chapters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that. It's probably be resin too, but
fair enough.
go back on that resin train.
It's probably.
Well, I know. I would assume plastic.
No, Forge World or no?
If it's Forge World,
it might be Forge World.
Okay, because Forge World already has
some. I know they have one for the Imperial Fist for sure.
Forge World has one for every legion.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it's GW.
If it's GW, it'll be plastic, which would be awesome.
Possibly. Because GW is also doing Slime Marble, as we said, and that's resin.
Well, I mean, I don't see why they would do a resin Land Raider door that we already have in resin.
Because I still think they hold resin as like a very like this is
high grade, fine cast quality.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
The best
Cast and shove it up your ass.
The best that oil can buy.
Exactly. But I think that's maybe their reasoning. Maybe that's why they did Slime Marble. They're like, fuck them. We've been treating them so well all this year. We got to get one for us, guys. We got to get one for GW. But let me tell you, GW, you're doing something right here, right? It's Christmas time. December's Christmas time. We all know this. One of the 2 chapters that are going to be coming out in fucking December, fucking Blood Angels, that's red. Dark Angels, that's green, baby. It's Christmas time. It's here. All right? Dark Angels apparently is
That did not dawn on me too right now.
How did it not? That was the first thing. I was like, wait, they're red and black. They're red and blue. Or, red and green. I was all, Christmas, December. I was like, no shit. Fuck you. It's like, GW, you piece of shit. I love you.
Nice.
So, Blood Angels is the first codex that's going to come out. Now, here's the weird thing. There's usually, like, a bit of space between all these. The rumored dates for Chapter Approved is next week, or this coming weekend. So that would be the second, it would be the 1st of December, because they always release on Saturdays. Yeah. So the 1st of December, Chapter Approved.
Next week.
December 9th, Blood Angels. The following week, which is, December 16th, is Dark Angels.
December 16th is also the day of the tournament that I'm trying to get you to go to.
Oh, that's right. Well, It depends. If they allow me to use my Dark Angels, because I actually took like a count of what my my Dark Angels is, I can make an over 5,000 point list with Dark Angels. So I have a pretty sizable amount of Dark Angel stuff. But I'm really excited because
3 weeks of playtime.
pretty much like I'm gonna be playing a lot more during that time.
And what you don't know, on the 23rd December, confirmed the Lion for sure.
Bullshit. I mean, I remember like when they were talking about these, and I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up. So it's just if it happens, it happens, and I'm still that way. Like I want it, but I know it's not gonna happen. So like, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, I don't care. But I think recently, like I think last week, they were saying like it's been a whole year since we've changed Warhammer. With the announcement of Dark Imperium and all this other bullshit. So
yeah,
I was like, huh. I'm like, it's been a year.
A whole year before that whole what was it? What was it called?
The Dark Imperium or the 8th edition?
Yeah.
But because Magnus came out around Christmas.
Magnus, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Dark Imperium. It was the
Thousand Sun.
It was the Thousand Suns and the Magnus announcement. So yeah, it's been a whole year since then, and I was like a whole year since 8th, and I was like, wait, when did that was June, July, June? Was it June?
Yeah, I think
for 8th. I think it was June. But getting back on topic, I can't wait to see what Dark Angels are getting. But the Warhammer community site has actually put out some Dark Angels spoilers. Woo. That's right, the Sons of Sanguinius getting some fucking action. All right, so they do have
Blood Angels.
You mean, yeah, they put out some stuff for Blood Angels. You said Dark Angels.
Did I say Dark Angels?
Yeah, you said Dark Angels.
I meant the Sons of didn't I say the Sons of Sanguinius?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
you
said
did.
Dark Angels, and then you said Sons of
Oh,
Sanguinius.
okay, fair enough. I don't know, I get so excited.
I get so pumped for my angels.
But apparently they have a melee focused special rule called the Red Thirst. So it says in any turn in which a unit with this ability charged or made a heroic intervention, you may add 1 to its wound rolls in the fight phase. That is awesome. Because if you have something like, let's say, Gabriel Seth, who's like a fucking melee beast, he is he's part of the... shit, I forget his faction for Gabriel Seth. Either way, basically anybody that has the Blood Angels keyword
Isn't it?
will have Red Thirst, which means that
Primaris will have the Red Thirst.
Primaris will have it. So will Death Company, because Death Company are still technically Blood Angels. The Sanguinary Guard, which are super good in melee, are going to be pretty much wounding on 2-ups now because they have super weapons. So it's going to be really cool. That is a very good rule, and I'm glad that they have something super melee focused because that's what they are. But they do also have some, what are these called? The CPs, the command points, the stratagems. So this one is Death Visions of Sanguinius. Use the stratagem to, when mustering your army, select a Blood Angels captain, chaplain, or lieutenant from your army other than Primaris models and named characters such as Commander Dante. This model gains the Death Company keyword and a Black Rage ability for the duration of the battle. So this isn't like a turn. This is an actual fucking match. So this is really cool because that means Lamardus can't have this because Lamardus is named. But if you just get a regular jump pack chaplain, that means that they can take this. And this is super cool. Like this will like fuck up because he gets Death Company, so he'll get Black Rage. And Black Rage in the index was +1 attack.
Against any
so
cracker.
if he can get that himself, he's going to fuck shit up. Plus the rerolls because he's a chaplain. He's going to get Death Company fucked up.
I saw someone saying Chaplain Dreadnought Warlord is going to be off the chain. +1 strength, +1 to wound, and +1 damage.
So yeah, that's one of them. And that's only 1 command point, actually. So 2 command points, and this one is called the Strike of the Archangels. Use this stratagem immediately after a Blood Angels Terminator unit from your army is set up on the battlefield. You can re-roll failed hit rolls for that unit until the start of the next turn. Really cool. That just means I had to get Blood Angels Terminators because I do not have any.
You got nothing but fucking jump packs.
I have nothing but jump packs. I have
Jump packs and bikes.
No, bikes are for my Dark Angels.
Oh,
I don't
that's
have,
right.
I don't have any bikes for Blood
Okay.
Angels. Is literally like the Imperium, the Dark Imperium set, the Primaris stuff, and then it's two 10-man squads of assault, and then it's like 25 Death Company dudes.
Oh, you have that captain,
Plus
the Captain
Sanguinary
Terminator, right?
Guard.
Plus the Sanguinary Guard.
And the Captain Terminator that I got you.
Yes. Plus the what's his name? Captain
Type
No.
Hyroid.
Whatever his name is. I don't even remember.
Captain
But
Thyroid.
I do have him. You see, I need Terminators because he
There you
needs
go.
buddies.
And then you have the chaplain on jump pack, right?
Yes. I do have the Blood Angels Chaplain. Yeah, that's true. So I have him. I do have I have the Furiosa Dreadnought, I have the Librarian Dreadnought, and I have the Death Company Dreadnought as well. So that'll help him as well. Possibly. No, not really. Because he's the Terminator. But, speaking of jump packs, 1 command point upon Wings of Fire. Use a stratagem in your movement phase before moving a Blood Angels jump pack unit from your army. Remove that unit from the battlefield. Set it up at the end of that phase anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy models. That means I don't even have to drop them in. They can stay on my back line for 1 command point. One of those units can just fucking jump around and be like, all right, I'm within 9 inches.
That's especially good for your army
Mhm.
because you can only deep strike in 50% of your army.
Mm-hmm.
So you deep strike in 50% and then use your command point and pull that guy out, bringing you up to about 60-something% of your army that now deep struck.
Yep. So, I mean, with jump packs, this is what I wanted. This is what I was kind of hoping for with Blood Angels because their fluff is so jump pack orientated. They're so they use that so much on the battlefield that I was hoping that they would kind of key in on that, and it looks like they have. So that's one stratagem that I will be looking into. Now, this is Psychic Power, ladies and gentlemen. The Wings of Sanguinius. You'll probably just like this just for the fuck of it. Wings of Sanguinius has a warp charge value of 5. If manifested, the Psychic can immediately move as it were the movement phase. But his move characteristic is also increased to 12 inches. And he gains the fly keyword until the start of your next Psychic phase. This means he can shoot if he fell back in his movement phase. In addition, whilst the power is in effect, you can re-roll failed charge rolls for the Psyker. My goddamn fucking Dreadnought Librarian is gonna be the tits, and you won't even fucking know it's coming at you because he has his Force Halberd. He's gonna fucking smite the shit out of you. It's gonna be great. Fuck everybody. All right. So this is actually another one. Actually, this might be an actual relic. It says. It says it's not a relic. Artisan of War. Add 1 to the damage characteristic of 1 weapon carried by your warlord. Note that this cannot be a relic of Baal. Artisan of War. That's pretty cool.
Read that again.
Neat.
Add 1 to the damage characteristic of 1 weapon carried by your warlord. Even like Commander Dante, like Lamarty's, the Sanguinor, Commander Dante, even though they're super expensive. They could possibly get even stronger and get some more damage on them. But this also means like it doesn't have any restrictions in terms of Primaris. So you could probably give it to like the Librarius.
Yeah, I was going out.
To the Librarius lieutenants, maybe. And to the Warlord. That means you can take a cheap Warlord like the Lieutenant. Will be your warlord. He gets that 1 damage, but he also travels with the intercessors, which are the auto rifles that have 30 they re-roll because of him, and then he can finish off anybody. That's fucking insane. All right, cool. Gift of Foresights. Roll a d6 each time your warlord loses a wound. Re-roll rolls of 1. On a 6, that wound is ignored and has no effect. If your warlord also has the Black Rage ability, they instead ignore wounds on rolls of 5 or 6, but the similar ability to ignore wounds from the Black Range still has no effect. So,
You get a whole bunch of shit.
well, what it means is you can shrug off wounds. And the way that it's worded, it can shrug off mortal wounds. Because it says this, when you get a wound applied to you, you can still take that. Which means a mortal wound automatically causes a wound towards you. So you can re-roll it. Here's the beauty part. You can put this on a warlord even if they don't have the Death Company. Use your stratagem for 1 command point. Turn them into Death Company. Your warlord now has Black Rage, and he can shrug off wounds on a 5 or 6, including mortal wounds.
Oh, wow.
That's fucking
That's
tits.
neat.
And if I do that with the librarian,
With
the
that
librarian
fucking
dreadnought, oh my god, he's gonna be so fucking crazy. All right, I'm super excited. Okay, and relics. This is the Vertitus Vital or Vite. I have no idea how to say that. Either way, if your army is battle forged and the bearer on the battlefield rolls a d6 each time you use a stratagem, on a 5+, you gain a command point. So they have kind of like the
Tallyman.
And then standard of sacrifice is the last thing, and it says ancient model only. So they're the standard bearers. The bearer of the standard of sacrifice, which this is what it is, gains the following ability in addition to those described on their data sheet. Roll a d6 each time a friendly Blood Angels infantry or Blood Angels biker model within 6 of the bearer loses a wound. On a 5+, that wound is ignored and has no effect. Models with the Black Rage ability are not affected. So already, if you have the Black Rage keyword, it doesn't matter. Huh. This is really cool. So
sounds like you're getting super pumped for this.
I am. And I want to see what they're going to really do with Dark Angels, because that's going to be a big thing. Now, all right. John, I have no problems with what they gave me on my psychic phase, but apparently you find something even totally fucked with the psychic phase. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. So go ahead and introduce your point.
All right. Well, I'm very underwhelmed with how the psychic phase is working in 8th edition. First of all, it's too one-dimensional. Everything's just mortal wounds this, mortal wounds that. Roll 3 dice, deal mortal wounds. Roll 2 dice, deal some mortal wounds. The new Zinch power just got leaked in chapter approved. It's roll 9 dice, 9 for Zinch. For every roll of 6, deal a mortal wound. Like, they already did that for other things, you know. Nurgle roll 7 dice for every 4 up, you get a mortal wound. It's one-dimensional. You know, there used to be fireballs. There used to be large blast templates, small blast templates. You used to be able to pick up fucking terrain and move it around just for shits and giggles. You used to be able to repair vehicles or give enemy vehicles gets hot, which makes them wound themselves on a 1. You know, there was a lot of versatility. You could use biomancy to make yourself stronger. Telepathy to get into your opponent's head. Divination to reroll your saves to make your opponent suck. You know, there's a lot of shit that you could do in 7th edition psychic phase, and now it's just like, oh, mortal wound this, mortal wound that, mortal wound this, mortal wound that, and then the fact that they in match play say that you can only use 1 psychic power per turn, no matter how many psychers know that power. With the exception of Smite, leaves you with little to no choice but to play Smite overs and overs and overs again. And then you end up with Smite spam list like the one I took against you, which I did not intend to be a Smite spam list. I was playing Zinch. And you know I've always loved the psychic phase. I've always loved, you know.
Yeah.
I was probably one of the few people that actually took Pyromancy.
Yeah.
In 7th edition. It was fun. It was fucking fireballs, right? So, I have all these sorcerers, whether it's the aspiring sorcerer from the Thousand Suns or Magnus or Ahriman, a couple of the renegade psychers, and it took me half of my psychers to completely use all the spells I had available to me, and the other half were just like, okay, smite. And it ended up doing a lot of damage really quickly because I kept rolling 10s on smite, which would deal d6 damage, and it was just that's what the majority of what I was doing, just mortal wound, and it was fucking boring, and it was ripping my opponent's army, which was Roman, apart so badly that it just like made the game not fun.
It really didn't. At a certain point, I was just like, well, that's dead. Like, I can't really... There's nothing I can do to save it. Like,
yeah, there's no save throws or anything like that.
And I'm going to play devil's advocate, even though I was fucked by the smite list. I'm going to play devil's advocate and kind of try to defend it a little bit. In terms of the psychic, we're talking about a brand new addition to Warhammer. This has only been out for 6 months. So... there could be a lot of things. Even chapter approved. I mean, I don't know if you saw anything in there. I don't think so, or else you would have said so.
No, it was just the only thing about the psychic phase in chapter approved was pretty much everybody that has psychers that doesn't have a codex yet got an extra power, so they can choose from 4 instead of the 3 that they were originally.
And the thing is, like, okay, it's first of all, it's still early in this edition. This edition's gonna be around for, I'm assuming, quite a bit, since everybody's liking it, minus some gripes with that. Now, the smite spam list, I think they could maybe handle better. They could possibly limit it, even in the match to play, which is where we're talking about. In the competitive scene, there's no way to stop it. People are going to cheese everything that they can, because that's what competitive is. You cheese.
I thought one way that some people were stopping it was, I forget his fucking name, from the assassin thing. I like to call him Cletus, the big psyker one. You put him up in the front, you got to target him, and I guess he's like Psyker Supreme, that he nullifies
pretty much
your smite.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's just now everyone has to just bring one them just to stop it.
Exactly. That's what, but that's not. That's a way to curve a broken system. What I think they should do is actually limit smite. During your psychic phase, no matter what, no matter how many psychers you take, I think casting 3 smites is fair.
I don't think that smite should be something that every sorcerer knows. I truly think that psychic phase would benefit by going back to 7th edition, where you get the what do you call it? The Primaris, wasn't it? The Primaris spell?
The Primaris power?
Yeah. The only thing is, instead, make the Primaris power a little bit weaker than the other 6. Smite obviously belongs to Biomancy, you know? And make things that aren't great at magic, like Thousand Suns. You know, he's an aspiring sorcerer. So don't let him choose from the 6 spells that are going to be badass. He has to take the Primaris one.
Yeah.
That's, you know, a little underwhelming, but still it's a psychic thing that you can do in the psychic phase. You still get to shoot and charge. You just get this extra dice roll with this dude to try to do some damage. Malignant sorcerers, you know, they're just regular puny humans, so let them take the Primaris to whatever power you choose from, where it's not going to be as good as the 6 powers that a badass sorcerer could have chosen from.
But I think their whole kind of mantra for this particular edition was simplification. They want you to simplify everything so that you look at a data sheet. Case in point, you look at a data sheet, there it is. Psychic powers, look at smite, there it is. Any other thing that you necessarily need, it's right there on the data sheet.
Yeah,
you take this, and this.
I understand the simplification, and it's worked out in a lot of ways, but in a lot of other ways, it has made it too cheesy. You know, it's like, oh, just here's your 15 detachments, here's your smaller rules than you had before, go nuts. And then you end up with fucking 7 Storm Ravens,
But then again, that forces them to correct.
It's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what. Yeah, people were using Storm Ravens and
Exactly.
Interceptors.
They were just
and they're
like, you know what?
yeah, this is boring.
This
Okay,
is boring.
But change it
and
up.
I think eventually that will happen to Smite. I think that they're just gonna limit it. Like, no matter how many fucking how many psychers you have, it does not matter how many psychers, sorcerers, anything.
See, but that's one thing. You can't limit the amount of sorcerers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a sorcerer, it should be allowed to cast a spell. So
Yes.
Smite in itself is what would have to change, not the casters or the amount of casters in your army.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Smite. In Smite, they should say a limit of 3 within a psychic phase.
Mm-hmm.
So that no matter how many psychers you have, if you have 6, only 3 of them are casting Smite, and that's it. You're not getting any more. I think that's more than fair. Because if you're taking 7, 8, fucking the IG armies take those
Primaris.
the Primaris Psychers
Psychers,
super cheap, and they can just smite away. Like, okay, you're taking all those, you can only cast it 3 times. Go fuck yourself. Because you're breaking a system, and rightfully so, they're all competitive. They want to cheese it. That's what competitive is. But I think it should be a little more balanced in terms of that. I think 3 smites would be sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, the psychic phase is boring in terms of just powers, but hopefully with everybody getting everybody getting a codex, that there's a chance that there's different things that can happen there, and then there's hopefully with the next chapter approved, they're like, hey, here's some more psychic powers for everybody. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but what do you think, Mark?
What do I think? Dick butts and fart gases. You know, it's all water in the bridge. No, I mean I haven't really got to, as you know, I've not been able to do anything. So I have I don't have any real hand experience on my hands.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff is all hearsay. The only thing I see is just, you know, what I've read so far, and some people combating against it, like the fucking Cletus dude, nullifying that. One thing was, I think I saw someone saying like the smite problem's bad, but another person was like, it's not as bad. There's ways to counterbalance it. There's lists that you can use to obviously counterbalance it. It's not a huge problem. Say like when they first started off with everyone playing with planes. If anything, I would hear people complaining that hordes are just way too good. It's just way too assaulty or something like that. That's the biggest gripe I've heard so far.
Yeah, I've heard that just swarm armies are just better because of the amount of bodies.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they see that, and maybe that was just something they would rather have than say, I don't think Psychic List is on their whole, like, that's the shit we need to fix.
It's true. I think Psychic Phase, even from 6th, 7th edition, the Psychic Phase was kind of just an odd one because there were so many things to choose from, and I think that's what they're trying to avoid at this beginning level. Again, since it's only 6 months, they're trying to get people into it.
Yeah.
I think they're really trying to, like, okay, this is pretty much what we're starting off with Psychic. So we'll start gradually putting in more Psychic stuff as, you know, we go on.
I assume that's why the whole, like, if they have a psyker on their side and you have a psyker on your side, you automatically have that deny the witch thing.
Yeah.
I would figure like that was their, like, well, that's the way you do it. You bring psychic people to deny them and pray to God they don't fucking roll better than you. Pray to the gods or the one God, the God of
that
mankind, that he gives you dice rolls true.
I mean, there's armies that don't have psychers. There's armies that can't spam psychers the way.
Yeah,
that
like the
Imperial
Mechanicus don't have any.
Roman has librarians. He has librarians standing. He has librarians in Terminator armor. He has librarians in bikes. He doesn't particularly enjoy taking them though. Yeah. So why should he build his list to counter everybody else's list? Yeah. Why can't he just play what he wants and not have to worry about getting raped by Smite?
I know. I would assume just kind of build around just. I guess it's just so that you have at least one of almost everything in there. I think that was the whole idea. Like, we don't want people to be... I mean, obviously it's going to fucking turn around and bite them in the ass. Everyone's just going to use the same damn thing.
Yeah.
But I guess in their perfect world, it was like, damn, well, we gave them this awesome power, so that maybe people are going to be more interested and be like, I'm going to bring a psychic person with me, and I'm going to bring this guy, and I'm going to bring like this big ass tank that probably doesn't do so well because it's cool. Mm-hmm. That's what I would assume their whole idea with it is too, especially too when you put that in front of someone who if you put that to someone who's just starting, and obviously they streamlined 8th edition to be, easier for beginners. Mm-hmm. You say stuff like that, like, well, if you bring that psychic guy, and if someone uses psychic powers, boom, you're gonna automatically deny that shit. Maybe it was more focused towards beginners or people who are starting off new, to bring out a bigger base. Mm-hmm. That's I would think that's my whole idea behind it. Yeah. Why? But I mean, I don't know. It didn't really answer the question, like, why not? We'll nerf it or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see as GW kind of see. I mean, it's been 6 months and they really haven't seen a problem with it so far, or they haven't really addressed it. So I guess they don't see it as too big a problem.
Yeah.
But I think that'll end our rants. Psychic Phase needs something, and we just don't know what it is yet. But it needs a little flavor on that fucking. What needs flavor? Boiled chicken. It needs a little seasoning on that boiled chicken. They're English. They like boiled meats in England, so they need to spice that shit up just a little bit. But
you need to put a little toothpaste on that tooth. How's that?
Get rid of that gingivitis, baby.
Well, if we weren't going to have a cease and desist before, we definitely are now.
Well, whatever. We ain't doing nothing. But it looks like we have a comment, and we're going to address something in this comment right here. So, Joshua Wallace says on our last episode, entering for the giveaway. Joshua Wallace.
Guess what? You have entered, my friend.
You have entered and won, my friend. And we did see right before recording this that you did give us an email contacting us. Great. That's perfect. We will be sending it out to you shortly. All right. We're going to contact you. We're going to get your information. We're going to send it right out. Bam, bam, bam.
Go, Josh.
So, Joshua, thank you even for paying attention and listening. I really do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. But we also do have a few more comments from our painting videos, because we've been putting out a couple of painting videos. My fault that they have not been coming out regularly since, it's been, I think, a couple of weeks now since
I think
last
weekly
one.
might be a little too much, but I mean...
The thing is, I am taking care of that. I'm taking full responsibility for not having painting videos. So I am now going to make it up to you. So in the next few days, you'll be seeing some stuff. Okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. But we did have some comments on that stuff from our last video. This is from Real Juan from 2 weeks ago. Keep up the videos. Keep the videos coming, and good luck with the channel. Hashtag Warhammer. Hashtag Warhammer 40K.
Ooh, thank you.
Thanks, Real Juan. This is Mini War Paint Demon. Good how-to for beginners. Great job. Thank you, man.
Ooh.
I appreciate that because I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. Andrea Valaro says, great video.
Girls don't play Warhammer.
This one does.
I think it's a dude.
This dude does.
Dude named Andrea?
There's a lot of them.
I mean, he could be Italian.
Thank you for watching.
Like I said, girls don't play Warhammer.
I was just making a statement.
And we're not trying to alienate you. I mean, John is, but I'm not. I appreciate the comments.
I'm an asshole.
We all are, buddy. Joshua Wallace again, entering for the giveaway. You won, baby. No need. Christopher Buckham Photography says, awesome content. It's good to have someone other than Duncan Rhodes for painting advice. Well, that's cool. I mean,
fun fact: they added a new one to the roster. They got some other guy send out people.
Some bald British, of course British, but some bald dude. I think his name's Chris or something.
Probably.
I could completely be fucking that up.
I saw like a meme where it's like, you as an Imperial Fist player go to the tournament and you see a Crimson Fist and a Black Templar. It's like those two dudes like just looking and pointing and thumbs up at you.
But thanks, Christopher. That was actually really cool. The next one is the Mist of Blood. Giveaways are always awesome. Good luck with the channel and best of luck to everyone. As for favorite Space Marine faction, would probably be Grey Knights, followed by Dark Angels personally, and the Karshadans. Yeah. But it's Karshadans.
Karshadans.
They have
Kardashians. It's the Kardashians.
Do have a special place, however. Thank you. And again, that was part of our giveaway, and we thank you for that feedback. It looks like, again, Joshua Wallace did win. But thank you for entering. Hopefully this will spin some more giveaways that we will be starting. Hopefully in the New Year's.
Knights, though.
But yeah, Grey Knights are
Grey
cool.
Knights.
I'll be honest with you. I do like Grey Knights.
Dread Knight Captain. Oh my god.
The baby carriage one?
Yeah.
Can't get enough of that baby carriage. Also, Mini Warpaint Demon puts hashtag Warhammer 40K. So,
Whoop whoop.
whoop whoop. And then John had another painting video, and again, Joshua Wallace entering for the contest. And don't worry about it, baby. You won. We'll be sending it out to you shortly.
I'll see you,
chicken
Joshua.
dinner.
Yeah. But thank you everybody that left comments, and anybody that listens to this. Go ahead and leave some more comments. Some fan interaction is always greatly appreciated.
Yes.
And again, just follow us here on YouTube. If you're listening to it here, like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell, just so that you know that you're following. I want to get to 100 subscribers on the channel before the end of the year. It's a high goal, but if you can spread the word, thank you very much. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud or iTunes, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe there. Excuse me. Also, if you do want to send us an email just talking about this, go ahead and send it to citypod88@gmail.com, and in the title put 40K. That should be simple enough. And yeah. Now, here at Grimworks, we don't just play tabletop games. I play video games, all right? I'm a big video game fan, all right? My hands get sweaty. I need some joystick covers because, you know what? I need precision when I'm sniping on Destiny 2. Even though sniping's terrible on Destiny 2. Maybe you'll hear some of that later. But I do need some joystick covers. And I know John likes the controller condoms. We call them controller condoms. They're controller, whatever the hell. I don't know what they're called.
My hands get sweaty.
His hands get sweaty. My thumbs need the extra grip. Go ahead and go to fadegrips.store and go ahead and use our 20% discount on anything in the store. 20% off your order. Go ahead and use our promo code Grimworks. That's capital GRIMMWORKS. And save yourself 20%. I always get the Pro/Glow thumbsticks mystery box. It's 4 pairs. You get 2 and 2. The colors are always good. And it's $10. Makes a great stocking stuffer. For $10, you get 20% off. Save a little bit on that shipping. So, should be good. But before we go, we have to talk about our hobby progress. And who wants to go first, fellas?
Mine's super quick. I haven't been able to do shit since these last 2 weeks. A bunch of problems came up. Haven't been able to touch anything. I did make a big mistake by getting more models. But I needed the rule book. Went halvesies with somebody, got the Dark Imperium stuff. Now I got a whole bunch of primary stuff and a rule book.
Whoop, whoop.
So
Study that rule book, baby.
yeah, that's what I've been doing so far. And instead of just going full force with more Imperial Fists, I'm like, I'll switch it up whenever I get the chance and just go. I'm not gonna switch it up like Crazy Town here. Just gonna do Crimson Fists.
Do they even have a different rule?
Huh? Yeah. One guy, one's red and the other's
No,
black.
not a different color, different rule.
I know. I know. They get I know with the Imperial Fist they get to ignore when they shoot at people. They ignore the cover.
Yeah.
Crimson Fist I think are a little better between the two. I probably should have just went with those if I was just gonna go for playing wise.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but it's a little better. But besides from that, I was able to just color up one more guy.
Hey.
I finally got some time. He's almost done. 2 out of 10. Baby, I'm almost there.
And that's the thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna let a buying of of models, that's hobby progress.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something there. You haven't painted them yet, but you have the intention of painting them.
Yeah.
And you know what? 2 models out of 10, that's how everybody starts, man. So you just you keep chugging along. Don't even matter.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
I actually did do something.
All right, what you got?
Okay, so I recently bought the very last thing that I will ever need for my Iron Hands army.
For today.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
that's bullshit.
It's done. That's it.
Okay.
All I got.
Bullshit. You're gonna be like, those whirlwinds look pretty cool.
Nope, no whirlwinds.
All right, so what did you buy? What's the last thing?
Veterans, so I can do the double chain swords.
Okay.
And I got my third sniper scout, so I can have 3 sniper scouts for my
Nice.
whatchamacallit? Brigade? No, brigade's the big one.
Oh shit.
Anyways, the one that only requires 3 troops and 2 HQs.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what it is. I don't.
Yeah, I get super confused with that.
So I've already started putting those together. All I gotta do is prime them black because Iron Hands are black.
Yeah.
And just do a little bit of detail work.
Fair enough.
That doesn't mean that the army's finished being painted.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably my farthest progressed army.
Mm-hmm.
Probably at about 75 to 80% done right now.
It's not bad.
But other than that, yeah, that is actually the last thing I'm actually gonna need for my Iron Hands.
Good.
It's
good.
I have a solid 2,000 point list that keeps doing really well.
Okay.
I rape other Marines.
Okay.
I have not had the pleasure of fighting a Horde army with it though.
Okay.
Which I need to do. I keep trying to schedule a game with somebody who plays like Tyranids or Orcs or something, or Imperial Guard.
Yep.
But the list is very, very, very dickish.
That's fine. I mean, if that's going to be a more competitive list, then that's fine. Like, I think I may come off as like fuck competitive, but I really don't. I like competitive. It's just there's aspects of it that I don't like. Of course, because I'm not a spammy guy. Like, I don't spam like good shit all the time. I could have easily bought like fucking 4 Dark Shrouds, and everything on my table would have been like, no, -1 to it, -2 to it, like whatever. But that's just not the way I play. I don't like that's not how I enjoy the game.
And I don't play competitive 99% of the time, but when I do go to a competitive event, which so far I've only been to one, I want to do good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do good. You don't enter a tournament and be like, I'm good. Whatever happens, you kind of bring a list, even though if you don't mean it to, you kind of want it to be more competitive. But is that all? That's what you've done so far?
Yeah. Pretty much just finishing up my Iron Hands.
I'm proud of you. As for me, I really haven't done any painting just because I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to pretty much finish off my Blood Angels or if I want to continue with my Dark Angels. So Blood Angels at least have they're at least tabletop. Low, I'm talking bare minimum low top, tabletop. That's my Blood Angels. And then I have my Dark Angels that are a little more fleshed out, and I have a little more things to play with. But, so I'm kind of debating there. I haven't really fielded Blood Angels because I'm kind of really working towards them. But I'm also trying to paint up, you might have heard him on the last episode, Tony. He has his Harlequins. I'm trying to get those painted up for him so he can start playing. I also magnetized my Imperial Knight finally.
Yeah.
So I finally have an Imperial Knight. I'm really excited because I've been wanting to put that Imperial Knight together for like 2 years. But it's finally put together. It's magnetized. I just got to put some base coats on it. I'm thinking of a white...
Christmas.
I'm thinking of a white, like the armor, the carapace and things like that as white, but I'm thinking of like a tinge of blue. So there's this paint that's almost white, a little gray, and a little blue. It's like a cold blue. It looks really, really cool, and I think that's going to be the base, and then I'm going to do some like real direct highlights of white over it, and just have that blue shine in just little key points. I'm still trying to debate whether or not I want like a bronze as the trim, or if I want like a gold, or if I possibly want like a gunmetal with some more black thrown in there. So I'm kind of just like seeing, kind of imagining how it'd actually be, things like that. So I'm pretty excited to start painting my knight, but I do have to start working on Tony's Harlequins, so at least he can get a game in, because I feel really bad that I've had those and he hasn't played a game. So trying to pretty much put everything that I have on the back burner so he can get some stuff. But yeah, that's my hobby progress, and with that is the ending of the show, buddies. So I'd like to thank you so much for listening. Again, any feedback is welcome. And you've been listening to Perils of the Warp. It has been episode 9. My name is Roman, and to my left...
I forgot what I said at the beginning of the show.
Good man. And on my right...
Battle Brother Puffin stuff.
There you go. And we really don't have a sign-off, so...
Bye.
Goodbye.
For the Imperium.